Watching this video will let you gain the ability to understand the Boruto story from an entirely different perspective, helping you to see the true beauty of the plot in all aspects. Because so far, unless you have watched some very good explanations or figured out the double plot for yourself, you are likely only following 50% of the story. This part is actively happening on the screen, while the other remaining 50% will hit you like a plot twist. It's the 50% in the shadows that causes and has already caused the inevitable events that we so far only observe and believe to be the complete plot. So today, here, you will understand the other 50% and why Kaguya is inevitably the key to revealing the lost history of humanity, a character who must soon return. Whether for the long run or only for the time being, it doesn't really matter. But just like Hagoromo was the source of information for Naruto for things they all just couldn't know without him, so must Kaguya become the source of information for Boruto, for information that not even Hagoromo could know. And why? Because Hagoromo wasn't even alive at the time before Kaguya arrived. But the plot started much earlier, thousands of years before her arrival. The plot is much bigger. The Otsutskis have nothing to do with Earth. Earth is just a destination that happens to be involved in something the Otsutsuki clan calls the will of the Otsutskis. Kaguya's entire identity, or rather how we perceive her, might change once we realize why she did all that. That is, why she really did what she did. Not the reasons given in the Naruto anime's only arc. This arc didn't mention Ishiki, for example. Kaguya saved the planet before she became the danger. So clearly, there are things that we didn't get to know yet. Sometimes there's a very good reason why you have to pretend to be someone you are not. Kaguya was clearly emotional about the entire confrontation with Naruto and Sasuke, so she's not just emotionless inside. She, as the mother of Hagoromo, not only knows more about the Otsutskis, but has one huge advantage over every other being in the universe in terms of knowledge about the lost history of humanity. A history that goes even further than her own arrival on Earth, showcasing the two missing Otsutskis who planted the first God tree and the reason why. And also why humans forgot everything about the tree and fruit besides one single rule: do not touch the fruit. Who told them that? Let's first start with the foundation of this idea. After we spent decades following Naruto, it was then revealed in Boruto that there are gods with certain powers that can influence the world of the living. This is true not only in Boruto but also in Naruto. It's the same world. Time doesn't matter. So we followed the plot of the Naruto series, not knowing that certain abilities later revealed in Boruto might actively influence the Naruto series. But due to the interconnection of the Boruto-Naruto plot, both foundations were set in stone 1,000 years ago. Interestingly enough, Kaguya knew what was coming in terms of other Otsutskis coming to Earth way before she ate the fruit. And yet at the beginning she didn't resist but acted as if it's something nobody can stop anyway, and as if the future of humanity isn't her concern. She knew it's nothing that would affect the people she got to know at that time because it was something 1,000 years away. So it's nothing to be bothered about, she just wanted to have a normal life. Maybe Kaguya at that point had never even eaten a chakra fruit before, so her longevity wasn't activated yet, hence she believed she would be dead in 1,000 years anyway. That is, she didn't plan to eat the fruit. That's the only plausible explanation for why she was so calm before the consumption of the fruit. Only after being forced to consume it to save herself, she awakened certain powers that made her the god of the earth for a few decades, while her entire personality changed. The reason for that was never revealed. Many simply assumed it was due to power. With great power comes great responsibilities, and with great responsibilities your personality might change as well. We don't know why she betrayed Ishiki, whether it has a bigger meaning or whether the bigger picture of the plot only started to happen after she ate the fruit. That is, the knowledge that changed her has absolutely nothing to do with why she betrayed Ishiki, which I would personally actually prefer, because then it would be a mix between coincidence and fate caused by the coincidence. One could simply assume that, for example, Ishiki didn't care about Kaguya not being able to find a suitable vessel on Earth, which Ishiki later himself found to be difficult, and he simply wanted to sacrifice her anyway, which as we know would mean her death. She clearly didn't want to die. This would certainly fit Ishiki's personality, and it would also explain why Kaguya didn't simply reincarnate in a vessel or why she didn't leave a karma behind, a simple solution. The point is that Kaguya started to prepare Earth for the invasion only after the chakra fruit was consumed. It was mentioned that chakra fruits contain not only the chakra of the planet and the people of the planet, which ultimately includes all abilities that can be derived from the chakra absorption, but also for some unexplained reason some sort of information. The revelation of this fact was very transparent and ambiguous, a record of all life that ever lived and died on this planet. What does that even mean, a record? It certainly has something to do with information, but just the knowledge of who lived is very useless. However, if a record is symbolic for everything humans know, that is, it goes deep into the knowledge of all humans who ever lived, then it explains why it's described as it shall contain everything, and why it also helps Otsutsukis to evolve. So something about eating the fruit must have changed Kaguya. It could be the newfound power that gave her confidence. She now knew that she could defeat them. What once was hopeless now suddenly seemed possible. But shouldn't she, as an Otsutsuki, know that anyway? Why wouldn't she just eat the fruit straight away when she arrived to simply test how strong it is? Who knows, maybe it's strong enough. Wouldn't hurt trying. She would certainly receive the longevity to escape for many thousands of years, but she didn't want to. So she didn't even plan to be immortal. Maybe Kaguya just wanted a normal life among normal people. She fell in love, got pregnant, and everything was peaceful. And only then was she forced to consume the fruit, and then everything changed. 1,000 years later, when she saw how strong Naruto and Sasuke had become, she cried, remembering her children, losing her character for a moment. If she was really that evil, she wouldn't have cried, not even for a single moment. So something about her story is certainly falsely depicted on purpose. It seems as if Kaguya wanted humans to go in a direction without knowing that she's not their enemy, because their true enemy is much more powerful, as in, if they can't defeat me, they won't be able to defeat them. But who are them? Well, based on the logic of what we just concluded, she shouldn't be afraid of Momoshiki, because without the fruit she already knew about Momoshiki's, Kinshiki's, and Urashiki's arrival. So they weren't the reason why she changed her mind. Meaning the fruit revealed the danger of something or someone much bigger, possibly other Otsutsukis. And it just happens that we actually know of the existence of two unknown Otsutsuki's on Earth. One of which is likely Shibai because he is the only other non-Otsutsuki revealed by name and connected to Earth, with his god powers now somehow among the living beings on the planet. Those god powers are very important. It was revealed that omnipotence is such a power, and the one used by Ada originates from Shibai. Momoshiki mentioned the idea that Shibai might have changed the reality of humanity at some point before, just like Ada and Kawaki did. Kishimoto wouldn't drop such a shocking idea without a reason, so there's no way he would let Momoshiki say something like that only for it to end up being nothing but empty words. Obviously, all this must be a hint that humanity might already believe in a lie that Shibai or his partner or whoever used that power made humans believe through omnipotence. And with that, a lie that could possibly even go back at least 2,000 years. Any lie that goes back that long and is still relevant to this series, otherwise why bother even including this in the story, must be extremely relevant. It must be something that changes the entire worldview of the humans, or one specific aspect of humans that really influenced humanity in some way. Maybe something was erased, like an event, or maybe it's something about the origin. That is, knowledge. It could be anything that has a lasting impression on humans and their planet even today. In short, it must be something that changes their and our understanding of everything in Naruto. Something that is worthy of a change initiated by a god. Something that connects Naruto and Boruto. What exactly is so important about humans that serves the interest of someone who's so much mightier? What exactly that could be is a topic for another video, as it's quite complex. But it is nonetheless information that Kaguya likely knows. What's really interesting is that many probably think that Shibai could have altered people's memories before he became a god. Thus, if the reality alteration occurred before the fruit that Kaguya later ate even began to form, then the chakra fruit that caused Shibai's ascension, that is the fruit before the one Kaguya ate, if his last fruit was actually on Earth, had the stored memory that Shibai erased from humanity. So by consuming the fruit, he would gain the knowledge he erased, and then it would be forgotten for eternity. Unless he reveals it, but you never know whether he could lie or not. He is simply not a reliable source. But all that is impossible anyway, because Momoshiki has confirmed that it's a power that only gods can use. Only gods. So Shibai couldn't have had that power before he became a god, and with that, he could only use the power when he already disappeared from Earth. Meaning, even if Momoshiki, for example, were to gain that power now, he couldn't use it. Why Aiden Kawaki could is a topic for another video coming out soon, so subscribe. The point is that only after Shibai ascended could humans have lost their memories, or had their memories changed. However, the new chakra fruit was already holding that knowledge inside, because it was part of reality before Shibai could change it. This could even be why humans only knew that they are not allowed to touch the fruit. Maybe it's knowledge given to them through the reality change itself, without any further context. Just don't touch the fruit, to hide the truth of what is to come in the future. But whatever it is, Kaguya must know it because she ate exactly that fruit. The fruit that logically must contain whatever Shibai could have changed in the past. Theoretically, only Shibai can know the truth, and maybe other Otsutsukis who are not affected by such changes, but then they must know humanity for some reason. In that case, it can only be Shibai's partner, who likely was the one initiating all the reality changes before Amado, unless Amado is that partner, or another person was manipulated before Amado. And that also only makes sense if Shibai can't use his powers directly. That is, he needs certain conditions to be prepared to make certain changes in certain worlds. Like for example, someone who has that power implanted in someone who has a wish. Both must be part of the same world. I think it all boils down to the simple fact that because there's so much mistrust in the Boruto series and so many ways to deceive, manipulate, and lie, it is impossible for us readers to truly believe anyone or anything, unless it's the knowledge of the chakra fruit itself. Because that knowledge is pure, it can't lie. It's a simple record of everything that happened on Earth, at least in some way. There is simply no other option, because at this point, can we really believe anyone? So to know what happened, Kaguya, who has no reason to lie, must simply reveal the truth. And part of the truth is why she hid it. The reason why she hid it is part of Naruto, and the truth itself is part of Boruto. That way both Naruto and Boruto connect to one whole series through Kaguya. And that's it. What do you think of this Boruto theory? Let me know in the comments. And feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more Boruto content, especially soon the new Boruto Two Blue Vortex spoilers and leaks, then subscribe to this channel with the notification bell activated to not miss any new videos. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.